Hello, and welcome to Know Your Fur. This is the first installment in an episodic series where we take just a few minutes out of our day to get to learn about a random furry on the internet. The worlds and faces will change, but the thing that will stay the same is making friends and learning about new people. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. So, with us today, we have this cute, adorable little being by the name of Direcast. Why don't you,
How dare you?
Oh, I dare. Why don't you, introduce yourself a little bit better? Give us a little bit more info about you, like, hobbies, socials, stuff like that.
Hobbies. Well, I enjoy playing a lot of different video games. Mostly spend most of my time in VR. I make mead. That's kind of all my hobbies, really.
So, what exactly is your persona species?
I'm an otter. More so based heavily on an Asian small clawed otter. I am 2 feet tall. I am vertically challenged.
2 foot of adorable.
How dare you?
Easy. Like this. You're adorable. Now,
Rude.
yeah. Hey, it happens. So,
Rude.
how did you find the species? This specific type of species, and what made you want to, be an otter?
Well, honestly, okay, so what made me want to be an otter was I discovered the otter community here in VR chat, and the amount of folks that I met in there that were just so helpful and welcoming. Well, it kind of blew my mind just how quickly you get accepted into a group so big, and just like the amount of individuals that I got to speak to personally that were so quick and ready to help with practically everything, especially when it came to Unity prep, was mind-boggling. Considering I've only been in VR chat for about 3 years. And you've seen the kinds of things that I can do in Unity now with that short amount of time.
Spoiler alert, he helps me a lot.
The otter community is where I got my start. Then I started taking texture commissions and learned how to make worlds and play around with VR chat's noodles.
The noodles.
The Udon graph programming.
It's
a lot of fun when you figure it out, but it's also very unstable.
So, now here's the biggest question that I think I would like to know is, how did you find the furry fandom? What made you a furry?
Okay, so do you want the what or the when?
Let's start with the what, because the what will lead into the when.
So, me, like probably most growing up in my generation, early anthropomorphic characters in Disney films. My mom used to read us Redwall when I was growing up. I've seen a lot of old Disney and Don Bluth and all kinds of things like that. It didn't really hit me how much of an impact it had on my life until probably later on down the road, when there are just certain things that like look and feel right compared to the way that like animation is done today. And a lot of stuff today is just doesn't feel right.
I'll give you that.
So I would say that animation is probably what got me into it the most.
Well, that's definitely a story that I've heard of how someone's become a furry. I've never heard anything similar to that. Now, when you started off, I'm not gonna lie, when you started off with anthropomorphic Disney characters and such like that, I was just like, there it is. But then you went into the animation specifics, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Never thought about it like that. So, about when would you say that you would you would say that you classified yourself as a furry?
So I would say officially 17 years old, unofficially closeted up until 16. As early as junior high, probably.
If anyone else feels called out by that, please leave a comment below. I want to know, because I feel called out by that super hard. Um, but you never
I'm
really.
33 years old now, and I've been in the fandom since I was 17.
I feel your pain. Now, the question is, how did you stumble into the furry fandom? Was it VR chat? Did you find a furry YouTuber? Was it Twitch?
So my interactions with the internet was before the time of like quote unquote YouTubers. Back when YouTube was kind of like real shitty quality and just a couple of things. So I wouldn't say that YouTube did it because YouTube was just memes.
YouTube was good.
I mean, it was okay.
But memes. I digress. Sorry for interrupting. Continue.
Geez, what got me started? I guess internet-wise, it was kind of you'd see a couple images here and there, and then you fall down the rabbit hole, as it were, and discover things like DeviantArt. This was long before I knew about FA, and I discovered the NSFW side of the furry fandom before I discovered the community that is the furry fandom. And so I kind of worked my way in backwards. But like I'm very, very happy to be a part of such a huge community that has done a lot of good for just humanity as a whole.
Yeah. And I'm so glad to have you here as well, because this is a huge and wonderful community, and you find lovely people like yourself all the time, and it's just nice. And the amount of good that the furry community does gets overshadowed by the fact that we're furries and the not safe for work aspect of it all. And it's
well,
one
I
of those
wouldn't
things.
say so much today. Furry is becoming far more mainstream, and more people are a lot more open about it. Even if they aren't furries themselves, they're a lot more open and receptive to the community these days. Obviously, the loudest ones are the ones that you're going to see the most of, so it may not seem like it, and those are usually the ones that are screaming at the top of their lungs the obscenities about furries. But let's be real here, that's not the majority these days.
That is also true. So, now you've been a furry. Let's go with the full length of even being, and I quote, a closeted furry, unquote. So, from what age? You said 16 to current?
Start of junior high. So whatever age you're normally start of junior high, probably
I
a good basis.
was. When I entered junior high, I was 12, 13.
There you go, something like that.
So you've been a furry for
That
a
was when I
while, then.
discovered art.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for me, when I was younger and I was looking for furry art, I didn't know until I was 11, and I was just like, okay, what is this? Because anytime I'd go to look for furry art, I'd type in human animal hybrid, and a majority of the time I would get a lot of, because it was not long after the episode aired of Full Metal Alchemist. I got a lot of pictures of that. But then I clicked on a picture, and it was an old picture. Well, clearly because of the date, but it was a picture of a really beautiful wolf lady, and it said "hot furry lady." I'm like, what's a furry? And then I made the mistake of typing in furry on the internet. And then that's when I found everything else. And now here we are. So,
That's fair.
is your VR chat avatar indicative of your persona? Is it like a almost one-to-one copy? A visualization of it?
Yeah. I am a 2 foot tall, white and pink otter with blue eyes.
You're adorable. I want to just
How dare
squish
you?
your cheeks.
No, you.
Also, do you mind if I show a picture of your Sona, of some art of your Sona, for the viewers so they can see the similarities between the two?
No, not at all. As long as it's up to date.
Sounds good to me. So, do you have a fursuit of any kind?
No, I don't think getting a fursuit for me would be a good idea.
How come?
Well, the reason behind that is I have this horror, just like this horror scenario playing out in my head if I was to ever get a fursuit. Because look at me, my fur is all white. I'm just imagining going to a con one day, walking through the hallway. Somebody's walking through the hall with coffee in hand. They're in fursuit.
no.
They can't see me. They bump into me. Next thing I know, I've got a giant brown stain on my white suit. And I'm okay. No thanks.
Well, that's fair, and I understand. Now, are you a content creator of any kind? YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram influencer, what have you?
I mean, I do mostly Twitch. I post things from the stream onto YouTube once in a while. I've never made a TikTok. I kind of refuse.
Good job.
You can find me on. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on there. You can find me on Blue Sky. I don't really post much on either place, but if you're into cute otter pictures, follow me on Twitter. I retweet otters, actual otters.
All right, and what are your handles for Twitch and Blue Sky and Xbox Wannabe?
Oh jeez. Oh geez, I don't actually remember what my, I don't remember what my Blue Sky is. Oh no.
We'll figure it
That's
out.
a good question. Hold on. Let me. My phone's right here. Give me a second. I have everything on my phone. Let me sign into this really quick. Or rather, just open it. I don't need to sign into anything.
I'm gonna whisper so he can't hear me. There's nothing between those ears. It's just a floof.
You can find me at River Weasel on Blue Sky. If you use the quick search on YouTube, you can find me at Otter Nonsense. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Direcast. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't remember what my Twitter is. Hold on, let me find that. Let me pull this up really quick. Hold on. Stand by. Well, once again, at River Weasel. That's River Weasel separated by an underscore.
All right, and we will also have these links down in the description if it's okay with him. If not, I'll type them up and you can just type it out on the screen here, right here. But because I am not a fancy YouTuber, I don't have the ability to insert hyperlinks into the link of the description, so you will have to copy and paste anyway. Just as a heads up. So now, do people outside of the fandom, like friends, family, that aren't a furry or affiliated with the fandom in any way, shape, or form, do they know that you're a furry? And do they know what a furry is? Oh.
They do. Some of my old friends from high school know about it. They've watched stream a few times. They're not furries. My mom's a big fan of what I do. She likes it. She loves my character. My dad knows, but like he's not really into the whole thing. So I mean, you send him stuff, and he does the typical dad thing of send you a thumbs up back. But I mean, my parents are cool. They don't care.
Well, that's good. Now, do you have any advice for anyone who's just discovering the furry fandom and wanting to come in? Advice, warnings, anything like that?
Don't put a whole lot of stock into feeling like you need to tell somebody that you're a furry. You don't. It's a hobby. It's a subculture of people of like-minded people that like the same thing. It's just a hobby. You don't need to feel that weight of, should I come out to my parents about being a furry? No, don't. Don't worry about it. It's not important. It's really not.
I wonder why people have this insistence on putting coming out as a furry, like it's a like you're coming out as being gay, trans, or something like that. I've never understood that.
Right? Like I don't understand it either. It isn't a lifestyle that's like it's not such a big part of your life that you should feel the need that these people absolutely have to know it. If they want to be a part of my life, if they don't accept me, well, I'm just gonna relax. You're an animal person on the internet. It's not that big a deal.
That's true. That is very true. I myself, I like to let people know that I'm a furry because for me it is a lifestyle. However, by lifestyle, I mean think of it like someone who has a very gym-based lifestyle. They go to the gym every day or every other day. They lift weights and so on and so forth. Working out is their lifestyle. It is something that is a big part of their life, something that other people have to accept and know that they're going to be investing money and time into this. I've invested my fair share of money and more than enough time in this fandom. So I
Yeah,
think that
and people
there's
have
a
invested a ton of time of money into stamp collecting, trading cards. Nobody needs to know.
that's fair. I usually make it a point to let it be known to those who are potential partners that aren't affiliated with the furry fandom.
I mean, if they're gonna get that close to you, like on like in a relationship, if you guys are gonna be like moving in together or whatever, sure, because there may be something in the future like a convention that you'd like to go to, and if they don't have any prior information, that may be a little bit scary for them because they don't know what's going on. But other than that particular scenario, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. It's not that big a deal unless it's a specific scenario. Um
Like,
it just
do you know how my mom found out?
I would absolutely love to know how your mom found out you were a furry.
God. So funny story. I was sitting in. It was my grandma's den at the time. I was sitting with her, and my mom and my brother were there. And I don't know how she found out. I don't know. Maybe she saw my computer at one point. Maybe she looked over at my phone. But she looks over at me. She goes, "So, are you one of those Furbies?" And I stared at her, and I was like, I honestly, I short circuited. So I don't think that's any of your business. And my brother on the other side of the room, that's a yes, and started laughing. And that was how my mom found out. And and she didn't care. She's like, whatever makes you happy.
That's
So
adorable.
she loves seeing the pictures I take and stuff. I even got her to come into VR chat and hang out with me as an otter and watch a
Oh,
movie with me.
that's amazing. Would you mind if I put that up for the viewers to see? Because I think that'd be adorable.
Yeah,
Awesome,
yeah.
thank you.
If I can find the picture again, I'd happily send it to you.
Well, thank you. Um, that's all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything else that you would like to touch on before we go?
Hmm, not that I can think of. Eat plenty of fish, drink plenty of water, get plenty of sleep.
We should probably follow that advice. Oh my goodness. You're so cute. Hey, well,
I'm not.
that's it for this episode, Lies. Thank you all for watching and sticking around to the end if you are. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.